And I think we're live. Yes, I think we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. And as usual, the chat isn't working. I just need to click this button here and hopefully it will appear. Yay! Right. Yes, let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. Going to be doing a very quick unboxing of The King is Dead 2nd edition. Apologies for being a little bit late, but there was a comment in the chat from Will Be Playing about King of Siam. And I got confused. I suddenly thought maybe this is the 2nd edition and they changed the name. But no, I've just quickly looked it up on BGG. First edition of this game came out in 2015. This is the 2nd edition. I've played neither the 1st edition or the 2nd edition. So if you have any questions about what the differences are, don't ask me because I don't know yet. We're just going to be doing an unboxing of this. I have heard all good things about this game, so I'm very keen to have a look at it. Let's have a look. The king is dead, the kingdom is divided. 3 factions, the Scottish, the Welsh and the English, vie for control, all too evenly matched to seize it for themselves. As instability builds and foreign invaders loom, Britain is desperate for a ruler. But who should bear that mantle? I think Monkey. Monkey should definitely be put in charge. So yes, 2nd edition refreshes the accessible yet strikingly deep game with updated graphic design, gorgeous new artwork, and a brand new asymmetric game mode for advanced play. Okay, so there's some extra bits in here. König von Siam is from 2007, very similar game. Right, okay. Cornwall swallows up Devon. Does it now? I think you'll find, according to this map, it's the other way round. Yes, Devon is on here. Now, I quite like games that tell me something about history because my knowledge of, real life is limited. I'm going to assume that this game is set on some kind of historical thing that happened. And that will be good because, yeah, that will teach me something about history. Okay, let's have a look. So, yeah, same bit of flavour text on here as on the back, I think. We are nobles, power brokers, commanding leaders and conniving schemers intent on claiming the throne. So where's the historical bit that I normally skip over? It's not there. So, yeah, if this is set at a particular time in history, please let me know. If it was, and I'm assuming it is, then why wouldn't there be a historical bit in here? Unless it's so well known in history that they don't need to put it because everybody knows about it, except for this mug here that doesn't really know much about history. Anyway, right, so we have a rule book. We'll come back to that later on. We have the game board. I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit. Tom is here, ordered this game earlier today. Cool. Now, you might not be able to see this on camera, but I've just noticed that the coastline, I'm trying to get it to the point you can see it there. You can just see it there. The coastline has got the, is it the UV printing on? That actually looks quite cool when I do that. It's like some kind of special effect. But no, there is UV printing around certain parts of it. So that's quite nice. You see that on box covers quite a bit, but you don't see it much on games. It's King Arthur. Right, okay. That makes sense. So King Arthur is dead. And then it's the Welsh, the Scottish and the English that are fighting for control. So here is the box. Now, it's quite a deep box. We have a wooden insert. Okay, I don't think the box really needs to be that deep. Because there's the bag full of bits and there's the cards. And then there is the game board. So yeah, the box, I mean, I can see why the box is this size because of the board. Although they could have done that in a four-way fold. But yeah, the box is not, unless there's something I'm missing. No, this is all just packing. So yeah, a bit too much empty space in there for me. I like boxes that are the right size for the game. We have a Ziploc bag, so get rid of that. Anyway, we got the game board. Let's have a look at the other bits that you get. So we have some cards. Let's have a look at these. Let's just zoom in a bit. The King is Dead is a board game for politics and power struggles set in Britain in the chaotic period following the death of King Arthur. Yeah, and you see the whole King Arthur thing. I don't know what's real and what's not, because we've got so many legends and tales of King Arthur that there must have been a King Arthur. And he must have had a castle, and it was probably called Camelot, but I don't know what's real and what's legend. We maybe we will never know. I mean, I've been to, what's the castle off the coast of Cornwall? Tintagel. Been to Tintagel Castle, and that's really nice. And that's supposed to be King Arthur's castle, but yeah, who really knows? Anyway, we have some cards. Let's get back to the unboxing rather than the history lesson. These are a little bit thicker than some of the ones that I've done unboxings recently. Slightly thicker, I think. I might be wrong, but I just think a couple of the ones I've done recently, the cards have been okay, but these feel a little bit thicker. So we have these cards here. Yeah, there you go. We have these cards. And again, I don't know how you play this game yet, so I will find out. I will find out. But these look like cards that put cubes in areas and move cubes around, etc., etc. So, speaking of the cubes, let's have a look. Tintagel has some of the best pasties in the world. Absolutely, yes. The sword story is 100% true, says Andrew. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a very good story. Like most of these myths and legends, there's probably something in it. Like, you know, Dracula, the whole thing about Dracula. It's probably just some guy that was allergic to sunlight, who lived in, you know, Eastern Europe at the time. I can't get into these. And then, of course, you know, they made up loads and loads of stories about him, and all of a sudden he can turn into a bat, he drinks blood and this, that and the other. But it was probably just some guy who had, a friend of mine, his dad had a allergy to the sun. So I know that that kind of thing exists. Right, I am just about getting in. Yeah, Bess said hello earlier on, and for some reason, YouTube picked it up. So if anybody is in the chat, I think David's in the chat. David's confirming Bez's messages. Thank you very much, because I'm not seeing them on my screen. Yeah, Bez popped into the chat earlier on just before I went live and said hello, and YouTube decided to hold it, and I have no idea why. So let me just have a look to see if Bez's messages are coming through. Yeah, there you go. This is the first ever live unboxing that Bez has watched. I can see that. Did that show up in the chat here though? I'm not sure. Jimmy's here. There's a Pax Pamir flower here. You are not faction but picking who will win. Okay, right. Let's see then, because yeah, I don't know much about it, but if it is that these are flavour, yeah, not flour. Okay, silica gel, don't let that near the cats. So we have cubes and discs in each of the three colours. We also have white and black. Okay, so let's just have a look at these. That's quite a nice deep red. Yeah, these colours are not standard colours, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but this is more orangey mustard colour. That's a very dark blue, and this is a sort of crimsony red. Oh, we got a bit missing there, which hopefully will help for colour blindness. I don't know. Right, so since it's going to be, yeah, almost burgundy. Deep Welsh red, says Tom. Ricky Royal has published a solo variant for the game. Right, well, this is going on my patron supporters list of what solo games will I play. So it is for how many players? If Ricky Royal has done a solo playthrough, area control, hand management, historical, 2 to 4 players, it says on there here. So yeah, you are not actually controlling one of the nations yourself. You are basically, yeah, manoeuvring the things around. Let's have a look at the rulebook. While we're here, let's have a look at the rulebook. Osprey rulebooks tend to be pretty good. Certainly layout-wise, yeah, we're all good there. 4-player setup, advanced game. So this is what's new, the advanced game in this particular version. And then, yeah, how to play. So there you go. How to play is actually one page, and then you've got game end. So what's going to happen is you either take an action or pass, go around the table. When you take an action, play a card from your hand and resolve its effect, and that will tell you what happens. So this is English support, moves the yellow cubes into an area next to a disc. And then there are power struggles, etc., etc. And the game ends with either a French invasion or the coronation of a new ruler, and then who wins depending on how the game ends. Okay, so if there was an invasion, the winner is the player with the highest number of complete sets of followers, right? But if there's a coronation, different ways. Interesting. So 2 ways the game can end, and that determines the end game. So there you go. That's the how to play is on one page of the rulebook, really. You got setup there, how to play, and then end of the game here. Playing with 4 players is different. And then we have a description of the action cards, which look fairly obvious from here. But yeah, cunning actions. And then where's the advanced rules? The advanced rules were here. 4 players are familiar with the game and agree you can choose to play the advanced game. Remove each player's Scottish support, Welsh support and English support action cards. Return them to the box. Shuffle the cunning action cards and secretly deal each player 3 cards. Right, so the cunning action cards are what's new. Yeah, only used in the advanced game only. So these are new. So if you've played the game, what's the best player count? 2, 3 or 4? And yeah, Ricky Royal has done a solo version of it. Now that's not in here. There's no mention of it here. So I don't know if it's on the Osprey Games website or Ricky's just published it. But yeah, so yeah, this is going to go on the list of games. The other thing is it possible to play this game remotely? Because at the moment we are in lockdown, so I can't have people around to play games. I suspect not. I suspect you have a hand of cards. Yeah, deal each player the following 8 action cards. Oh, wait a minute. You can. It's not cards drawn from a deck. Could be played. There you go. So I can play this remotely. I might try and get a game of this in at Virtual GridCon, which is happening at the end of the month. If I can find some other people who want to play, then yeah, we can play it. So basically, if each player has 8 action cards, just the basic game, not the cunning advanced game, then I can have those cards face up on this table, and then people can just say, Paul, I want to play that card. And then what we do is, shuffle the region cards and deal 1 face up to each numbered space on the board. Okay, so that's visible as well. That's these, isn't it? Is that these? Maybe these, I'm not sure. Oh no, that's, that's these. Yes, right, okay. That's for the setup. So yeah, you either take an action, which involves playing a card from your hand and resolving its effect, or you pass. When you pass, you forfeit your turn for 1 round, and when play comes back to you, you may choose to take an action again or pass. But if all players pass in sequence, you must resolve a power struggle. Right, okay. You can remote if each player has the same hand. Yeah, each player has the same cards. Okay, so yeah, it will go on the list for my Patreon supporters to vote on whether they want to see me do a solo playthrough of it. I mean, obviously, I'd love to do a solo playthrough of all of my games, but I have quite a few at the moment, and it's my Patreon supporters that vote on which ones I'm going to do. So last night we did Praga Kaput Regni. I can't remember what was voted on next, but yeah, I'll be adding this to the list. And I'm going to try and get a game of this in at Virtual GridCon, which is an online convention. It's free to attend, and it's basically 3 days of me live streaming. But people are meeting up over Discord and meeting up and playing games and things like that. Vital Lacerda's running some games and various things like that. But anyway, it will be available on game stores. Yeah, it is available. This came out, I think, last week. I think this was out last week. 3-player, as said above. Okay, the only bad player count is 0. Well, I don't know. So yes, I'm going to be looking, if you are a Patreon supporter of mine and you want in on a game of this at some point over Virtual GridCon, I can't see as it being that long a game. It says 30 to 45 minutes. So I will book a 1-hour slot for this game at some point over Virtual GridCon. If everybody reads the rules first and we know how to play, we'll do it. So yeah, that'll be coming end of the month. I will get that booked in. That's everything today. Oh yeah, Paladins of the West Kingdom and Red Cathedral were next in votes. Yeah, and this is going on the list as well. As I say, I want to be doing a lot more solo playthroughs in December and January. It's just, yeah, at the moment there's too many games. Too many games to do. But yeah, that's everything. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like the content that I create, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I will be back tomorrow night with a live playthrough of Hallertau. I'm probably going to be doing the unboxing tonight, but that might be a private one, and I might be doing a private Paul Learns How to Play the Game from the Rulebook video tonight as well. Haven't quite decided what my plans are for tonight, but Hallertau is coming tomorrow night. Live playthrough, 8 o'clock UK time with me and Tom Heath from Slicker Drips. That's everything. Thank you very much for keeping me company at the end of another day. I say the end of a day. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do, and I might be doing the Hallertau playthrough for Patreon supporters tonight. Watch this space. But that's everything. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.